Hey everyone, this is your commish again, Bennett. Once again, going to do a video blog here. Sort of like this no typing thing. Takes me a lot less time to do the recap, and hopefully it's more entertaining that way. I will keep it shorter this week. Last week was a little long-winded with the Braves rant. And those of you who made comments, I appreciate the feedback, and yeah, looks like you like it enough that I'm going to keep doing it. So let's get right to it. Last week was actually a pretty cool week. Not too many close games, but it was the first week of the year that I got to sit on my ass and watch football all day. Actually, I had an open house from 12 to 3, so I get home just in time to watch the end of the late games, or end of the early games on the Red Zone channel. And again, for those of you who don't have Red Zone channel, you gotta get the Red Zone channel. It is the coolest thing ever. I don't even watch the other game anymore. I just put it on the Red Zone channel and watch all the good games. So that was a lot of fun. I gorged myself on some Chinese food and just really made myself sick because I was having such a good time, and I just pigged out on Chinese food. Evan and Deborah were out for the day, so I got the house to myself from about 3:30 to about 7:30, and I just watched tons of football. It was awesome. So let's get into the game. Looks like the only real close game was the Virginia Vikings versus Ray Finkel's Kicking Academy. Virginia Vikings moved to 4-0. Maybe a little fluky the last couple weeks, but they put up a respectable 157 points this week. Mainly on the strength of Aaron Rodgers, who is just unbelievable. I mean, I watched, again, on the Red Zone channel, I saw some of the Green Bay game, and right now, Aaron Rodgers is the coolest, smoothest quarterback in the league. I mean, he just was pump faking guys, and he just had his way with the Bronco defense. So he got Virginia Vikings 52 points. They scored 157. So perfectly respectable, and again, they're going to be 4-0 in the MASH division. Ray Finkel's Kicking Academy, a little bit of a losing streak here. Scored a few points, a little bit of a disappointment. Devery Henderson was 0. Rob Gronkowski, who's like Mr. Catch Everything next to Wes Welker, didn't get anything. Did get 29 points for the Ravens defense, which is awesome. But only 17 from Drew Brees, 7 from Ryan Fitzpatrick. So not a great week for the Ray Finkel there. They fall to 2-2. Other good games, the Hartford Whalers get to the 500 mark with a modest one-game winning streak against the Toy Soldiers. Tom Brady didn't have a spectacular day, but did get 19 points. Cam Newton's turning out to be fantastic, 33 points. And also Greg Jennings had a pretty good day there. So solid 164-point outburst for the Whalers. They defeat the Toy Soldiers 164-130. Toy Soldiers, got some points there, but they're struggling to keep up, and they've lost 3 in a row after starting the season with a win. They're now 1-3. Of course, I have to mention the high-scoring team of the week, the Slim Aussies. That's of course my team, and for Temmie's sake, who by the way, I'm going to be throwing up some pictures, so I may have already done some because I'm actually going to do some editing. And this is still off the cuff here, but when I go to edit this at the end, I'm going to try and throw up some pictures of the people in the league that I have, so the people that don't know each other can get at least a visual of what everyone looks like. So, you'll be, if you haven't seen one already, I'll be popping those in post-production, as we like to say in TV. So anyway, so after last week's nice win for Temmie, the Chicago Travelers came back down to earth with probably the worst week I've seen in a long time. I had already scored my points with just a nice all-around day. Matt Forte was awesome. Phillip Rivers and Kevin Kolb actually have not been that great for me, so I'm scoring points without my 2 quarterbacks really blowing up. But obviously Calvin Johnson, 2 touchdowns a week, every week so far has been awesome. And just a nice all-around. I think I got a defensive touchdown from the Lions. So 183 points for the Slim Aussies. 84 measly points for the Chicago Travelers. I watched the Sunday night game. Temmie had both quarterbacks going, and anybody who watched that game knows that Flacco and Sanchez were both just god-awful, in addition to the defenses just dominating there. So Chicago Travelers, for his sake, you weren't going to beat me anyway. So if you're going to lay an egg like this, you might as well be, this week when you play someone who you're not going to beat anyway. So 84 points for Temmie, not a good week there. What else do we have? We have third and Oolong. You know, keeping pace with the Vikings in the Mash division. They're at 3-1. They defeat the hapless Darth Taters 160 to 110. And again, Darth Taters are just hurting. My first bench stud of the week. No one's really lost a game because they had someone on their bench. Hasn't happened yet, but having Arian Foster on the bench when he was deemed a starter, you know, before the game started, should have had him instead of Danny Woodhead. I mean, I gotta, at least gotta check to see who's active Sunday morning. You know, at noon, pop on the internet. Make sure your guys don't have any last-minute injuries. So bench stud of the week was Arian Foster. Had 26 points on the Darth Taters bench, but pretty much they're not having a great year, as we all know. So third and long, again, wins 3 in a row to go to 3-1 over the Darth Taters, who, again, have not won a game yet. The only other game is Cantonsville Cartel. My boy John Gallo, has had some tough losses this year, has now won 2 in a row, is scoring tons of points. Michael Vick, even with the injuries, Michael Vick's been awesome. LaShawn McCoy, that's a good duo he's got there. Hakeem Nicks and Steve Smith. Steve Smith's having a rebirth with Cam Newton, so that was a good pickup. And, Cantonville Cartel, they're 2-2 in the Mish division, tied for second, and scored 182 points. Almost had the league high for the week, so they're either second or third total points for the year. You got beat by a girl. Sarah's team had a little bit of a falling off this week. They're down to 2-2. Roethlisberger, has not been good. His offensive line's just killing him. Obviously, Adrian Peterson is, you expect him to be a monster, and it's just not happening. So you got beat by a girl. Falls to 2-2, while the Cartel win 2 in a row, and they're up to 2-2. So could be one team moving up, one team moving down. But obviously, still a lot of weeks to go in the fantasy season. So take a quick look at the standings in the Mish division. The Slim Aussies, again, topping all scorers for the league with 720 points. The Cartel are the nearest with 690 points. So nice advantage there. Cartel and the Whalers and You Got Beat by a Girl all tied for second, with the Travelers falling to 1 and 3. They're in last place. In the Mish division, we have the Virginia Vikings up to 4-0. Last year's champ, third and long, at 3-1. And Ray Finkel is the only other team at 500 or better with at 2-2. So father and son team, Darth Taters, Toy Soldiers, both in the rear of the division. So I guess the father-son mentor thing's not working out too well there. So you guys maybe should combine forces and maybe help each other out there. So that's it. Still ran 8 minutes. Didn't mean to drag it on this long again, but I'll try and shorten it up for next week. But that's it for now. Good luck in week 5. Everyone has paid except for Gallo, so thank you for that. And Gallo, get your check in as soon as possible. And until next week, I hope you enjoyed the video blog again, and good luck this weekend. Bye-bye.